Record.
Last week we discussed about at last the internet terms, right? Then after that we discussed about some question papers, some questions of last past papers. Here we should want to start from that point. This is the question we were discussing about last week. Here the last part of this question number 3. Imagine you are going to implement a network in your working place. What are the initial steps? Then what are the factors you should consider when you are planning a network? Right, that here we discussed about the initial step you need to get if you want to establish a network system around your organization. The first thing you want to think about the size of the network. That means you are going to establish your network within a single building, or you are going to connect 2 or 3 buildings or more than that. In that way, you have to determine the size of your network system. According to the size, you can determine the requirement. It may be a local area network or personal area or metropolitan area network. Right. Then once you decide the size of the network, then network topology. Then you have an idea about the type of topology you are going to use within your network. There are many types of topologies. It depend on your requirement. Then you want to decide what is the topology you are going to use. It may be a star topology, ring, bus topology. In that way, there are many types of topologies available. After that, you want to determine how you are going to acquire your hardware requirements. Especially, you want to decide what type of hardware you need within your organization network. Then type of cable. This cable may be twisted pair coaxial cable. In that way, you can identify the cable need for your requirement. Then routers, switch, hub. In that way, you want to identify the hardware requirement for your network. Right. Then you want to determine how you are going to connect with the internet. In that case, you want to determine the type of internet. That means it may be a dial-up or DSL or satellite connection. In that way, you want to determine the type of connection you are going to use with your organization. Then also you want to here determine the service provider, internet service provider. It may be exist in your local area. Then at last you want to consider about the security issues. That means these days currently many threats coming from the external parties, external threats. Therefore, you need to get some action to prevent threats from the external. There are some types of security measures you can here. You can see here firewall. You can establish a firewall or proxy server. Again, that the term meaning of these terms we learned last week. That you want to organize your answer according to these points. And then last question, they are asking about the factors you want to determine in the network. The first thing is you want to understand in your network goals. That means the purpose of having your network. It may be a communication or sharing or security. In that way, you want to identify the network goals. Then you want to create a budget to acquiring the different types of components that need to establish your computer network system. It may be cost for your hardware devices, different types of software. Right? In that way, you want to make a budget for establish the computer network system. Right. Then another major factor is training. Once you establish the network system on your organization, then your employees should train how to use, how to get facilities of this network. Therefore, you want to organize a training session for your employees. Then security. Also, you want to consider this factor, how you are going to protect your data from different types of hackers, especially unauthorized access. They are always trying to access your system and get in data, stolen data from your system. Therefore, you want to get correct security actions to prevent unauthorized access. Right. Then another major factor you want to consider here, maintenance. How you are going to maintain your computer network system. Under maintenance, the one factor is you want to consider identifying the errors. When you are working with the network system, there are many kinds of errors happen. Then there should be a way to identify those errors and solve it. That's the part of maintenance. Then the other section under maintenance is perform updates. Right, that with time pass, there are many technologies introduced. Then your organization structure also maybe change. According to these changes, your network also change. That means you want to perform some updates when time pass. Right. These are the main factors you want to consider when you are establish a network system for your organization. Right. I think these things are not write down on your books in last week. Therefore, I am giving 1 or 2 minutes to complete that. Write down these points on your books. These are the factors you want to consider when you are write down your answers. Right, I think you finish write down the answer here. Actually, that is the end of our chapter 1 regarding data communication and the network. Here, the second chapter is regarding e-commerce, electronic commerce. Here today, we are going to start the e-commerce part. Your chapter 2 is e-commerce. You can write down on your notebook. The topic is here e-commerce. E stand for electronic commerce. Right, here only 66 of you are attending for the lecture. Up to now, 15 minutes starting the lecture now. your attendance is must. The some of your students send in messages saying different reasons to not attending the lectures, but it must 80% of attendance is necessary to sit the examination. If you have any specific reason, then you can inform to me as well as your head of the department, especially your head of contact your head of the department to inform any reasons to not attending the lectures. Right. Normally in your class 105 students attending, here still 69 of you are attending up to now. Therefore, remember to attend in the classes here. Okay, while others are joining, I am going to start the e-commerce part here. Can you see my screen here?
Yes, sir, can see.
Right. Okay, the first thing is here that e-commerce here that already mentioned, E stand for electronic commerce. That means you are going to do transaction through the internet or any kind of network system. Right? You are going to do transaction or trading through any kind of network system. Especially these days, it is very popular doing trading through the internet. Right. First of all, I am inviting you to visit this video. Then you will get some idea about what is e-commerce. Right. The first thing I am going to show this video. Please visit this video. Then we'll start the e-commerce part.
It's time to discover your brilliant future self. You can start your Australian education today.
This is Joe. Say hi, Joe. Hi. He's a designer, a great one.
Hello friends, in this video, we are going to learn what is e-commerce. Before we understand e-commerce, let's understand what is commerce. Commerce is nothing but buying and selling of goods. It has been around for many years, starting from barter system, where there was just exchange of goods, to using precious metals, to using coins and then paper money and plastic money. Traditional commerce used to happen face to face, so it was limited to particular geographical location. There was a personal interaction and delivery of goods was instantaneous. It was limited to certain business hours, typically during daytime. With the advent of internet came in e-commerce. E-commerce can be defined as the process of buying and selling of goods or services using an electronic medium such as internet. Example on Amazon, Flipkart, OLX, etc. Here the sale happens online, so you can potentially sell across the world. There is limited personal interaction and delivery of goods and services might take some time. It is available 24/7 and can be done day or night. Here is a summary of difference between traditional commerce and e-commerce which is popular today. E-commerce is also extended to mobile and social media networks. When we say mobile commerce, today you are able to do any transactions from your smartphone or tablet, like mobile banking, bill payment, ticket booking, etc. In addition, there is rise of social commerce, which is use of social media sites like Facebook, WhatsApp to promote and sell products and services. There are multiple ways by which you can make payments online. You can use credit or debit cards, like cards issued by MasterCard and Visa. You can use prepaid cards, like gift cards. You can also do net banking, where if you are enrolled in internet banking, you can choose your bank and do direct bank transfer, example through NEFT and IMS. You can also use e-wallet, which is like a prepaid card, or it is linked to your bank account, which you can use for online transactions. Example, Paytm wallet. Nowadays, mobile payments using UPI is becoming common, like Google Pay, Bheem, etc. Upcoming trends include digital currency like Bitcoin or Ethereum. The advantage of e-commerce is that it is available 24 by 7 and provides a global reach. Sellers and buyers can virtually meet anytime, anywhere. There is no need for any intermediaries, and it provides the user with more options to compare and select cheaper and better options. It significantly reduces paperwork and lowers the transaction cost. The disadvantage of e-commerce is that there is a lack of personal touch for many types of services. It requires an initial setup cost for hardware, software, and then training and maintenance costs. Sometimes there are problems with order fulfillment or returns. Security is also a key concern as there is identity theft, malware attacks, and denial of services. Primarily, e-commerce is of four types. First is B2C. In this model, business sells its product directly to a customer. A customer can view the product shown on the website and order the same. Example, Amazon or Flipkart. Next is B2B model. Here business sells its products to an intermediate buyer who then sells the product to the final customer. For example, a company might sell its product to a wholesaler who will sell it to multiple retailers at some price markup. Next is C2C model, where a consumer sells any of their assets like property, cars, motorcycle, etc. by publishing the information on a website where interested consumers can view and do the purchase. Example, buying and selling on OLX or Quicker or Craigslist. Next is C2B or consumer to business. In this model, consumers have products or services of value that can be consumed by business. For example, social media influencers being paid by businesses to advertise their products. E-commerce follows a typical trade cycle or flow. First is pre-sales. It consists of two steps. First, customer searches different websites for product to be purchased. The next step is negotiation, where online it is selecting a supplier who offers good quality product at right price and whose terms such as delivery dates, etc. are agreeable to customer. Next step is execution. First, it consists of order phase, where customer places an order for the selected product. At this phase, he might do the payment upfront or he might do the payment after the delivery too. In delivery phase, the supplier processes the order and then customer receives the delivery of the product. Then comes settlement. This phase consists of invoicing and payment if any. Invoicing means customer will receive a bill for purchased product along with the delivery. After confirmation of received product, the customer will pay if he has not paid earlier. Last step is after sales. This phase consists of warranty and after sales service. In warranty period, customer will get maintenance services for free or at a minimum cost. After sales services means in case there are complaints about the product, you can get maintenance service from the supplier at individual visit cost or yearly fee. So this summarizes the e-commerce concept. If you liked our video, do press like and also subscribe to our channel. Thank you and goodbye.
Right, okay, then I think all of you are watching the video here. In this short video, explain all the things you want to learn in this chapter. Right here, just we started the lecture, no previous slides here. Only at the morning we discussed about the the remaining part of the last week. That one student asked to show the previous slide. That's why I'm saying like that. Here just started with video to what is about e-commerce. Actually, I'm saying that this short video explain all the things you need to learn in this chapter. Right. Therefore, I think you get a small idea about what you want to learn about this chapter regarding this chapter. Right here, explain what is e-commerce, what is e-commerce. In your point of view, also you will be able to define what is e-commerce. Then also you want to identify what are the specific features regarding the e-commerce. Especially you will be able to compare with the e-commerce trading and the traditional trading. Right, then some advantages and disadvantages also you want to discuss. You want to define, you want to identify what are the advantages as well as the disadvantages regarding the doing business through the e-commerce. Right, then also you want to understand some examples. What are the common platforms available to do the e-commerce transactions? For suppose, for example, eBay. eBay, one of the common platform available to do the transaction. Here we are going to learn how to use eBay also to do the transaction. Right. Then another important part under e-commerce is payment methods. There are different types of payment methods available. Then you want to get an idea about how you are using the payment for complete the transaction. Then also you have to idea about business models that in the video showing some models B2B, C2C like that. You want to understand what is these models with the examples. Therefore, in this chapter, it will explain these models also. Right. Okay, we'll start from the beginning here. What is e-commerce? That in the video that it is explaining what is e-commerce. According to that e-commerce, that simply we can identify doing transaction through the network, especially through the internet. That here you can get some definition for that. Because of doing transaction through the internet or network system, then it will cost to reducing cost and do the quality transaction and speed of delivery also. These are the three main factors you develop because of this transaction through the internet or network system. The cost of transaction, right? That normally if you consider a normal transaction, then you want to go to physically, you want to appear in the market or shopping place. Then you want to travel in that way. There is a cost you want to maintain cost to maintain, complete the transaction. That particular cost you can reduce due to online transaction. Then quality of the goods also. Then it provides a range of products. Then you can compare with each other, right? In that way, you can choose quality products through, if you are doing the transaction through the online. Then speed of the transaction also. You can complete transaction in speedy if you are doing the transaction through the online, right? These are the main three factors you can develop if you are doing the transaction or if you are doing the e-commerce transactions, right? That here in bottom it will explain in the some words here. Online transaction or e-commerce transaction, that means transaction doing through the internet. The first one is internet or electronic data interchange, and that's also category under e-commerce, electronic data interchange, especially types of documents, the various types of documents you want to communicate with each other through the network or internet system, that is called electronic data interchange. Then electronic mail, sometimes some type of transaction you have to make through the email also, that is also under e-commerce. Then electronic bulletin boards or electronic fund transfer, EFT, electronic fund transfer, normally happen it through from bank to bank, right? That is also you can identify under e-commerce. Those are the some examples we can point out. These categories, one of these, all of these categories we can identify as e-commerce transactions, right? Okay, now you can write down this one on your books. Right, I think you finish writing this one on your books. Here in this slide explaining what is e-commerce or electronic commerce that we can identify as a method of transaction, especially through the organization, vendors and customers. Any transaction occurred between organization to organization or organization to vendors or vendors to vendors, customers and organization. Any transaction occurred between these parties, we can categorize under e-commerce transaction. Because of this e-commerce transactions, these parties getting the benefit, these types of benefit, that mean reducing cost, then improving their quality of products and speed of completing the transaction. Right. Here in bottom, it explains some categories we can identify under e-commerce as a e-commerce transaction. Right. Then transaction through the internet, then electronic data interchange, that means any type of document communicating between devices, that is called electronic data interchange. Then electronic mail transaction, there are some kind of transaction that can be happen through the email, especially for the marketing purpose. This email, they are using different type organization, they are using email system, email to market their products. Then electronic bulletin boards and electronic fund transfer, Right. Then altogether this e-commerce we can show in using a diagram. Here, look at the diagram here. In middle, they are saying e-commerce. Around this e-commerce, they are explaining different factors that involve with the e-commerce business or e-commerce transaction. Then look at the factors that involve with e-commerce transactions. Some of the factors that earlier explained. Electronic fund transfer, then electronic data interchange, that earlier I explained what is electronic data interchange. That means different types of documents should be interchanged between organization to organization or organization to customers, in that way different parties. Then marketing and advertising, then you want to think about what are the type of marketing and advertising available with e-commerce, that later we'll discuss in detail. Then electronic publishing, then sales, customer supports, those are some other points you want to think about when you are doing the e-commerce business. Then email and faxes also linked with e-commerce. Then information sharing, collaborative work, right? All of these collection of all of these factors we known as e-commerce transaction or e-commerce business, right? Draw this diagram on your books now. Draw the diagram. Right, I think you finish drawing the diagram here. Here explaining what is about e-commerce, actually the factors involved with the e-commerce. Here you can identify different types of factors that can involve with the e-commerce transaction. Actually, here you want to understand the meaning of all the factors here, but especially that most of the factors what is email, that already we discussed some of the factors. Then some of the factors are common. In generally, you know the meaning, information sharing, what is marketing and advertising, those things. But in later, we'll discuss in detail this marketing and advertising part. Then the other here, then especially you want to identify what is electronic data interchange. That remember that part, electronic data interchange, meaning of that. Here that I'm going to explain what is electronic fund transfer. That's the one of important term you want to understand under this diagram. Therefore, I am explaining here electronic fund transfer, in short EFT. Electronic fund transfer meaning transferring fund from one bank account to another account through electronically. That means over some kind of computerized network system. It may be through the internet or it may be through the intranet. That intranet you learn, that already you learn what is intranet. That's the type of network maintained within the organization. If you are a member of that intranet, then you can make a money transfer within that organization. That's also under electronic fund transfer. Is simply we can say electronic fund transfer is a transfer money from one account, one location to another location. If you want to make this type of transaction, you must have a bank account. The both ends should have a bank account. If you have a bank account, then you will be able to transfer in money. It may be happen through the computers. You can use computers to transfer money, or using card readers, or also it will be able to transfer money from your mobile phones. Right here in the diagram says some types, electronic fund transfer type. Then direct deposit payment also categorized under electronic fund transfer. Then direct debit payments, wire transfer, then electronic bill payments. These types of transactions also categorized under electronic fund transfer. Electronic bill payment through that last week also under internet users, I explained everyday tasks. Under everyday tasks, what is bill payment? And you will be able to send in money from your computer to the other bill payment organization. For example, completing electricity bill. That means you are transferring money from your account to the other party's account. That's also under electronic fund transfer. Right. Write down the note and draw the diagram also on your books. Right. Okay. I think you finish writing the things here. Here explaining about electronic fund transfer. That simply we can say electronic fund transfer meaning transferring money from one account to another account through the electronic methods. That means it may be an internet or internal network system. If you want to transfer money from one account to another account, both sender and recipient should have bank accounts. But these bank accounts should not be in the same bank. Different banks also allow to transfer money, transfer monies. You can transfer money using your desktop computer or card readers or your mobile device. Here in the diagram says some example for electronic fund transferring, direct deposit payment, direct debit payments, wire transfers, electronic bill payment. All of these type of transaction you can categorize, or you can identify under electronic fund transfer. Right? That means money, your money transferring from your account to another account. Right. Okay. Then we'll move to another section, features. Now you are going to identify some features of e-commerce. These are the common features. Here I am explaining 5 features, but you can find more than that. And here at least you want to remember these 5 features under e-commerce part. The first one is non-cash payment. Non-cash payment. Right? Normally, if you are doing transaction in traditional way, right? If you are buying something from the shop, then the same time you want to give in money to them. That means cash. You want to give in the cash, that paper cash. You want to give in it. That physically you want to complete the transaction there. But when you are doing the transaction through the network system, that means e-commerce transaction, it will not happen any physical paper movement. Physical type of cash not available in the e-commerce transactions. Only the virtually the cash transferring happening virtually. Right. Therefore, that says the first feature of there is non-cash payment. Right. The first one you can write down this part, non-cash payment. That here it is explaining. You can do this non-cash payment through the credit card, then debit card, smart card, electronic fund transfer via bank websites. Right? These are the some examples you are using to transfer or you are using to complete your e-commerce transaction. That later we'll discuss in detail the method of payment. Until that, remember one of the popular main feature under e-commerce is non-cash payment. Right. Write down the small subtopic and write down the paragraph here under non-cash payment. Right, here the second feature is 24/7 service availability. Here the 24 mean 24 hours and 7 mean 7 days per week. That means 24/7. service availability. In any time, you can make a transaction through the e-commerce website, right? If you are using e-commerce websites, then you can do transaction anytime in the week. It may be midnight or early morning, anytime. But if you are doing the traditional transaction, it has some time period. Within only that time period, you can complete the transaction. That service availability in this service, they are saying 24/7, 24/7. Right. Then second feature, you can write down this lines in your books. 24/7 service availability. Under that, write down e-commerce automates and that part. Right. Here 24/7 meaning any time in the week, anywhere, any time during in the week. Right. Then another feature, third one, improved sales. Here improved sales mean in any time or anywhere you can make orders. These orders are generated without intervention of human intervention. That means improved sale. You can identify it as improved sale. You can make orders through the e-commerce website. You can make orders through the e-commerce website any place around the world or anytime, anywhere around the world. You can make orders through the e-commerce website. That is called improved sales. That's also another feature of here. It's human without any human intervention, right? That's a point you want to remember under improved sale. Right, write down that part also. Right. The next feature here you want to remember is inventory management. You should have a high quality inventory management system. If you are doing business through the e-commerce website, especially in the organization point of view, they should have a high volume of high quality inventory management system to maintain their sales and their product. Right. Therefore, we can see very high quality inventory management system from the e-commerce organizations. Right. here, this is the point you want to remember. E-commerce automate inventory management. Right? It should have very high quality automate inventory management system. After they are doing transaction, immediately after they are doing different types of transaction, it should be able to create different types of reports. These reports may be their higher management or to the customers. These types of reports should be created immediately once after they complete the e-commerce transaction. These types of things happen if they have only the high quality inventory management systems. Right. Write down this for the fourth feature here, inventory management. Right, here the last feature you want to remember, communication improvement. There are different types of communication available between different parties. Right? Normally, under traditional transaction, if you are doing a traditional transaction, in that case also different types of communication. This communication made available with your supplier. It may be you and your supplier, and you between you and your seller. Right? In that way, different parties. There should be different types of communications should be available. For example, after sales service. Suppose you buy some product, then there is some defect with your product. Then you want to contact again your seller. That means a communication. Right? Then you want to get this after service. Then that is a communication. These are the types of communication. These types of communication improved due to e-commerce transaction. Right? If you are doing some transaction, or if you are purchasing something through the e-commerce website, then you will get better after sales service than you are doing transaction in traditional way. That's the meaning of that. It shows high improved communication system under e-commerce transaction. Right. Write down this last point also. Right. Okay. These are the points or features you want to remember under e-commerce. Right here, there are 5 important features. The first one, non-cash payment. That means no physical cash, no physical papers exist when you are doing the e-commerce transaction. They are using credit card, debit card, or smart card to complete the transaction when you are doing network, through the network. Then second one, 24/7 service availability. That means anytime you can you can purchase, you can do the transaction through the e-commerce website. It not bothered about it may be midnight or early morning, you can do the transactions. Then third one, improved sales. That means you can make orders from anywhere from the world without human intervention. That is improved sale. Then fourth one, inventory management. Then if you are doing transaction through the e-commerce website, then you should have a better inventory management system. It should be able to make reports very quickly. There are various types of reports you should want to make after the transaction. This type of report you can make very quickly, instantly when required to the various purposes. Then last feature is communication improvement. That earlier I mentioned, there are different types of communication between different parties. This communication is very improved because of this e-commerce transactions, right? Because of this improvement, you can make communication very faster and very efficient and reliable ways. And these are the points you want to remember under features of e-commerce. Then we'll move to some pictures, images here. Only look at and try to understand what is happening of these images. No need to write down anything from these images here. Only look at what is happening there. Someone trying to use in their mobile phone. Through the mobile phone, they are sending money to another location. Then look at another picture here. Here, someone trying to complete an online transaction with a laptop. Then they are sending information to the vendors or organization. Then organization contact the payment way of payment. Then in that case, they should have to, this particular organization should contact with the financial organization. Then finally, it complete the transaction and purchase the services, so goods or services by the customer. Here another picture. You can see that later again I will show this type of things. Here the part of e-commerce website. If you are trying to purchase a watch, then in that way, in different views of that product, you can view it. Then you can apply different colors to that. According to your perspective, you can complete the purchase. You can select these things. Right. Then I am again showing these types of things when I discuss about the eBay. Then I will practically I will show how to choose product like that. Right. Okay. Then we'll move to compare traditional transaction and the e-commerce transaction. This comparison you can make regarding some description, interaction, meeting, delivery time, inspection, and business scope. If you consider about the interaction mean way of doing the transaction. There are two types here under traditional direct interaction between seller and buyer. Right? Directly you can go to the buyer and communicate with the seller. Then under e-commerce, indirect interaction, that means you can't see your seller. And only after the transaction, only you can get the product or services. But under traditional way, you can meet the seller also. Then second point is meeting. Under traditional, face-to-face meeting is available, or telephone lines or mail system they can use to meet the customer and the seller. But under e-commerce, internet or other network communication technologies, the meeting happen through the internet or other types of network communication technology. If you consider the delivery time, delivery of good is instant, right? After you made the payment, immediately after you made the payment, then you will receive your goods under traditional transaction. But if you are doing transaction through the e-commerce website, to take the goods and services, it will take some times, because you are normally ordered goods and services from remote location. It may be from another country. Therefore, it is not easy to give in the product and services immediately after you order. Therefore, it will take some times. But there are some types of goods and services you can find on the e-commerce website. Immediately you can get. Then think about what type of goods and services you can get immediately after you made the request. Can you think about? Can someone tell me what type of goods and services? And under traditional transaction, any goods and services immediately you will receive after you made the payments. But under e-commerce, it will take some times to complete, to receive the actual products. But there are some types of products available under e-commerce. Immediately after you made the payment, you will receive the goods. Then I am asking what type of goods or products there.
Medicine.
Medicine. Medicine. I mean, what? No, I think the medicines, it will take some time. So if you are, once you ordered that medicine, I mean that tablets and those types of things, if you can order through the medicine types of medicines, but it will take some time to get to your doorstep. Yes, e-books and software. That's the very correct answer. There's some students giving that one, that answers. Electronic books, e-books, or software, or movies. Movies also now very popular as an e-commerce product. Software. Right? Normally that these days you are very difficult to find the types of software in the normal shops. If available, it is third party one. If you want to get the original software, then the method is you must use an e-commerce website. That otherwise it will very difficult to get the original software. That's altogether we can say digital products. Digital products are the products you can get immediately after you made the payments through the e-commerce. Right. Then inspection, another feature you want to compare with the traditional inspection. That inspection you can do that immediately before buying the product. If you are using the traditional method, inspection you can do before buying the product. But it is very difficult to do the inspection under e-commerce. That means physical inspection. Right? That without physically do it, you can inspect it through the e-commerce. Right? But in different views, you can inspect it, but you can't touch it. You can't touch the product. But if you are doing it traditionally, then you can get experience, you can get practically before buying the particular services or products. That's under inspection. Then business scope. That means the area you are doing the business. Under traditional, it is limited to physical area. It is limited, only a limited area that particular organization spread. But if you are doing e-commerce business, the business scope is worldwide. Right, your product you can popular in any remote areas. Even you no need to go in that physically. You no need to go in that areas. Your product you can market that remote areas through the e-commerce systems. Right. These are the points you want to compare with traditional and the e-commerce transactions. Right now, you can complete your notes. Write down this table. Right, I think you finish writing this table here. This table explaining or compare traditional transaction and the e-commerce transaction. This comparison you can make regarding 5 descriptions. The first one is interaction. If you consider the traditional transaction, the interaction is direct. E-commerce means indirect. That means under traditional, you can meet your seller or buyer, seller and buyers. Then e-commerce, under e-commerce transaction, you will not have a chance to meet your seller. That is indirect. Indirectly, you can communicate with your other parties. Then meeting happen normally under traditional transaction. Mostly it is face to face, but telephones and other types of mail, postal mails, you can use to meet with each other. But e-commerce transaction, only the medium you can use network system. Most people, they are using internet. The other types of network system like intranet and extranet are also possible for this meeting under e-commerce. Then delivery time, goods, you will receive the good and services immediately after you made the money under traditional transaction. But if you are made transaction under e-commerce, it will take some times, but there are some types of products available immediately you will receive after you made the payments. For example, digital products, that means movies, software. That's other some example under digital products. Then inspection under traditional transaction, you can inspect the product before purchasing it, but it is a physical inspection. But under e-commerce transaction, it will not physically inspect your product before purchasing. Regarding the business scope, the traditional transaction, this business scope is limited. It limited to your area. But if you are considered the e-commerce transaction, this business scope is worldwide. Physically, you no need to go to external marketplaces. Virtually, you can capture the other or remote areas market. Right, that's the things you want to remember when compare e-commerce and the traditional transactions. Right, then we'll see some advantages and disadvantages through the e-commerce transactions. Right, these advantages here, the first we'll discuss about the advantages. Give me 1 minute to. Right, here some advantages of e-commerce. These advantages you can identify in different point of view. You want to understand the advantages in the organization point of view, customers point of view, and the society point of view. In that way, e-commerce gives benefit to different categories, different types of categories. If you consider the organization aspect, then few advantages you can identify here. It says reduces the paperwork. That means all the things are virtually, electronically happen. You are preparing the documents in electronically. Also, money transfer also happening through the electronically. Therefore, the paperwork is very less or reduced. That's the advantage. You not need to spend money for stationary purposes. Therefore, that's you can save money from this paperwork. This money you can add to your cost of product. That means you can reduce the cost of product. Cost of product reduce, it means the selling price is reduced. Actually, when you are buying the things through e-commerce, you can find less prices than when compared with the traditional market. Products you available in the e-commerce less prices than the traditional shops. Then another advantage is e-commerce help to simplify the business process and the faster and efficient also. Right? That's another advantage you can take through the e-commerce. That's the organization point of view. Then if you consider the customer point of view, then also you can find some other advantages. It allow to comparison and select more comparisons, more range of products available in the e-commerce that easily you can compare and you can select in cheaper and better options. Also, another advantage is it provides virtual auctions, right? That we know normally auction. What is auction? For the product, we give a bid. Then another person give another price for that. In that way, bidding is happening. That's the place where auctions. The virtual auctions also available under e-commerce that I am showing one of the virtual action happening through the eBay in later today itself. Until that, remember another advantage provided through the e-commerce websites is virtual auctions. Then society point of view, less traffic and low air pollution. That staying at home, you can make the transaction. No need to start your vehicle, run your vehicle through the road. That means less traffic and also low air pollution. Then another advantage is deliver public services such as health care or social services. All of these services you can get through the e-commerce website. That education also you can do through the e-commerce website. Those are some advantages you can get through the e-commerce website. Right, write down these advantages here. Right here, I think you finish write down the advantages of e-commerce. Here you can find more advantages than the displayed here. It also may be from organization point of view, customers and societies point of view. Right, think about these other advantages you can make through the e-commerce website. Right, then we'll see some disadvantages you can get in through the e-commerce website. Here you can see some disadvantages through the e-commerce website. Before going through these disadvantages again, look at the video here. I am inviting to you to visit this video. It's explained some disadvantages happening through the e-commerce websites. Right. Look at the video here. Right here, not only disadvantages, some advantages also point out in this video. That I am again repeat this video for you. Then try to note down some advantages and disadvantages that not find in our slides before. There are some advantages because it will need to complete your activities that doing today. Therefore, I am repeating this video again. Please note down the advantages and disadvantages. Here we are not discussed in the slides. Here some advantages you can find not discussed in the slides earlier. expanding market, operating cost and production cost drop down. You can note down these advantages. Here again, they are giving some advantages. These advantages actually businessman point of view, that means organization point of view, efficient and structured, that 24-hour sales, then direct feedback, that immediately after you complete the transaction, you can send the feedback. Then transaction can be easily tracked. Then note down these points also under advantages. Efficient and structured, 24-hour sales, then direct feedback, then transactions can be easily tracked. Right? All of these are organizations' point of view. Then another one here at the bottom, you can say new partners plus suppliers. That's also very important advantages for the organization point of view. They can meet new partners and also new suppliers when they are working through the internet, through the e-commerce. It is possible to meet new partners and suppliers. That's the advantage for organization point of view. Here they are saying some advantages, consumer point of view, customers point of view. Also note down these points also. 24 hours access, then booking directly, automatic bills, then product reviews easy to find. Then if you want to get best product, then you can refer the review. That means previously buyers what they are saying. These are called reviews. These reviews you can find through the e-commerce websites. Through these reviews, you can decide that particular product or service you are going to buy or not. Right? This is one big advantage to the consumers. By looking at the previous reviews, they can decide that particular product want to buy or not. Write down these advantages also. Then easy to comparison. That's earlier mentioned on our slide, this point, easy to compare. Then didn't take much time. Right? That's also advantage. Then traditional shopping, you want to go to the shop, then get the cart, and you want to around the tracks through this cart. That means time wasting. But here no need to do those types of things. Only with the laptops and the mouse you can go through the shop. here they are giving some disadvantages in the point of view organization. Mainly saying website can be hacked. That means unauthorized people always trying to access in your system, right? If it is success, that means you will be lost. Website can be hacked, especially they guess the password and usernames. In that way, you can access to your websites or specific viruses or software. Through the specific viruses or software, they will be able to access your system. Then system and software updates periodically. Different types of systems and software you can find when you are doing the e-commerce business, right? It is very difficult to an organization point of view. It is very this is a very disadvantage change in the software updates and systems. Then great cost for changes, lack of legal protection. Some disadvantages you can find in the businessman point of view. Here further saying some disadvantages. These are in the consumer's point of view. Note down these disadvantages also. Have to wait for product delivery. That means time consuming, timing. That earlier we discussed when we compared with the traditional and the e-commerce website. It says immediately after you make the payment, you will get receive the product or services under traditional. But if you are doing the e-commerce transaction, you have to wait until receiving the goods after making payments. Sometimes you have to wait it, right? That is one disadvantages in the consumer point of view. Then another says no guarantee of quality of product. That's also happening most of time. Earlier when comparing the traditional and the e-commerce, can you remember the 1 point inspection? If you are doing the traditional business, before purchasing you can inspect the product, but here they are not allowing to inspect, physical inspection. That means the quality may be less quality product, that the product you are ordered will not receive the for your doorstep, right? It may happen through the e-commerce websites. Then consumer personal data may be widespread. That's another disadvantage. You want to send your personal data when you are doing the business transaction, completing the payment, especially you want to give your personal data to the network. In that case, sometimes it may be go to another person's hand. In that case, you will be troubled. Then payment can be misused. Another disadvantage, and unexpected or hidden cost. Right. Note down some points here. Right here, I think you watch the videos and getting some ideas of disadvantages of e-commerce business. Right, then we'll go through our slides regarding the disadvantages here. Look at the disadvantages here, also mentioning. The first one says cost of creating, building an e-commerce application in-house may be very high. They could be delayed in launching e-commerce application due to mistake and lack of experience. Right, those are some disadvantages here that earlier we discussed these things also. Secondly, it says it becomes difficult to integrate an e-commerce software or website with existing application or databases. That your applications and databases are different from the e-commerce software and websites. In that case, matching should be do. That is why it says difficult to integrate. That's another disadvantage. Then thirdly says there could be software hardware compatible issues, as some e-commerce software may be incompatible with some operating systems. I think you have some experience. Some website, when you are doing transaction through your mobile phones, it will not allow to purchase these types of things. Especially, I think you have some experience. You are downloading some apps that it says your mobile phone is incompatible with that particular app. That means these are some disadvantage in consumer point of view, software or operating system incompatibility. Then security issues also available with this e-commerce transactions. Normally, that earlier it mentioned your personal data you want to send through the network system. In that case, your personal data may be stolen from another person. In that case, you will be trouble if your personal data handed to another person. Therefore, some security issues available with transaction regarding the e-commerce websites. Right. Write down these things also on your books. Right here, I think you finished writing this disadvantages regarding the e-commerce. Here, the one thing I want to correct it. First disadvantage here, sometimes you may misunderstand here. Cost of creating slash building. Actually, the building cost. When you are doing the e-commerce business, you will not need high buildings, and therefore physically you no need any kind of big buildings to do the e-commerce applications, e-commerce transaction. You will have only a room. It is enough to having a small little area. And here it should not be the building. Actually, the name is mistakenly given here. It's changed as here the starting cost should more to establish the website, e-commerce website. It's not the building. Here change it. E-commerce website. It's not the building. Cut down the building if you are write down as building there. E-commerce website. Creating e-commerce website is very costly. Starting cost is very, that is why it says the starting cost is very high. Right? Normally, if you want to do the e-commerce transactions, then you want, the first thing is you want to build up an e-commerce website. Then if you have no knowledge to creating this e-commerce website, then you want to hire it. That means you want to pay money. You want to pay high amount of money to those people. That's why it says very high cost of creating e-commerce websites. Change it, that one. I think others are okay. You will understand clearly what are the disadvantages of e-commerce here. Right, okay. Then I want to do one activity here regarding the what we discussed up to now. I am giving a link to you, then you can do this activity here. Doing this activity also very important. I am counting these activities, what you doing so far here in the classroom also. It maybe sometimes I am taking to giving some marks for your assignments also. Therefore, it is important to doing these activities. Then I am saying that way because the today's attendance is somewhat low when compared with the last week. Only 68, around average 70 students of you are attending the 2 days. I don't know the reason for that. Sometimes it may be signal problem today, that rainy and weather conditions are not good outside. Therefore, this may be the reason for less attendance. However, from next week, it not be the case. You must attend here in these online classes. And finally, I am sending the number of attendance that today I have to send as a 70. That's the problem. 30 or 35 students are less when compared with the last week. Therefore, the otherwise, if you are doing this regularly, I will stop sending this recorded lectures and the other presentation. Then in that case, you must attend the lectures here. Therefore, please remember the point where here to attend in the classes here, right? Okay, I'm going to start the activity here now. Wait until I am giving the link. Only 10-minute activity. Right here now, you can see the link on your chat box. Please go to chat box and click on the link I am provided here now. Once you click the link there, then you will move to another screen. Here they are asking your name, nickname, put your name there and click OK button. Right, put the name and click OK button, then it will start the activity. Now you can start the activity. Right. Start it now. Only 19 of you are attending with this activity. That means 70 students together or together, but 19 of you are doing this activity. Why? What the reason for that? Please go to your chat box, then click on the link I posted here. Once you click on the link, then you will get another screen. In that screen, asking your name. Then put your name and click OK. Again, I am posting the link here. Now try to open your chat box and try to click on the link. Then follow the instruction I gave. Right here, only 25 of students doing the activity. Yeah, 25 of you are complete the activity here. Then actually students who are join the activity and completing the activity mean I am considered as they are active, right? Here you can see your names also, first rank in 1 2 3 5 like that. Gimhani, Amalka, Janit, Ishu, Peksha, like that. There are some names. Then I am considered as they are active, right? When I am giving the marks or any other things, giving priorities, then always I am getting the names of these who's sending these activities, doing the classroom activities, not only this one, the other activities also. Therefore, giving priority to giving at least do these activities. I know some of the students are in the working places. They are doing some other tasks while in the class. Right? That all of these are I know what you are doing in your places there. At least doing these activities when you are while you are doing other works. When I am giving the links, then click on the links and doing these activities. Right, okay, here I am giving you to break until 11:10. That period also, those who are not submitting this activity during the break time, you can complete it. Right, okay, we'll meet again 11:10, half an hour break from now, 11:10. Right here, we are going to start the second session. Right here again, the number of students now 56. I am not sure why reducing the number here. Actually, to send in the recorded version of this lecture, at least your attendance should be 80. If the number of attendance more than 80, then only I am sending this recorded version to you. Right? Remember that point also. Otherwise, you are only referring the recorded version, then you will not attend the classes. Only 56 of you are now attending. Please give me a reason for that. Then if your attendance increase up to 80 before 12:30 today, then I will send in the attendance recorded version of here. That one student saying you have an assignment after this lecture. Then you want to prepare, because of preparing the presentation, that reduce the number. Is that the reason? Right, okay. For this week, only for this week, I am giving the okay for that. From next week, remember, if you are not having the 80 students, then I will not send in the presentation or recorded version, right? Right, okay, we'll move to the rest of the thing. Then your activity that earlier I sent in the link, you only 33 of you are playing it. We'll see the questions. The first question, blank is concerned with buying and selling information, product, services, or the computer communication. That is called e-commerce. 29 of you are giving the correct answer. Out of 33, 29 of you are okay, but still giving some students wrong answers. Right? Get the point for those students. This is called e-commerce. Second question, which among the following product is immediately reached to you after e-commerce transaction? That earlier during the discussion, we discussed about the products or services you can get through the e-commerce sites. Immediately after you made the payment, you will receive the products such as, in this example, MS Office. That's the software, digital product. 14 of you get the point. Here, out of 33, 16 of you, not 19 of you giving the wrong answers. Some of 15 of you saying smartphone. Once you made the payment, immediately after you made the payment, you can get the smartphone through the e-commerce website. That's how you can get that. Under traditional marketing, shopping, that's okay. Immediately after you made the payment, you will get the smartphone. But in the e-commerce website, you want to stay a few days or few weeks to until receiving the product. Then electronic exchange of business document in a standard format document, transferring document between computers through the network. That is called electronic document interchange, EDI. Here 17 of you are getting the point. But 14 out of 33, the 16 of you are wrong. That means you are not getting the point. Electronic data interchange. Then fourth question is the commercial process that include production, distribution, sales, goods, service through the electronic. That means here another way of defining the electronic commerce. Another way of defining doing production, distribution, and sales through the electronic. That's also e-commerce, electronic commerce, that in the word said electronic commerce. This definition, only 11 of you are getting correctly. Okay, then move to next question, question number 5. Which product are people most likely to be more uncomfortable buying on the internet? Movies, furniture, smartphone, books. Here again, only 13 of you are giving the correct answer. Movies, 3 of you are giving the movies. Why? That earlier during the discussion also under digital product, I mentioned, I pointed out movies. Movies, the immediately after you made the payment, you can get the movies. That's a digital product, movie me. Smart devices, it is more uncomfortable buying on the internet. Their question is more uncomfortable. Smart devices is not much uncomfortable. Once you ordered the smartphone, after few days you will receive it. It is the delivering is not difficult. Smartphones, the small devices. But furniture mean very large device. The delivering is very difficult. Then uncomfortable, more uncomfortable one is furniture. Books are also electronic books are under digital product. Normal books also you can get through normal books. It is also not difficult. Right. Think you want to think about more what is we are discussing here. Then which is the function of e-commerce? Yeah, that's okay. Marketing, advertising, and warehousing. All of these are functions you can identify under e-commerce. All 25 of you are correct. Which type of product is lesser purchased using e-commerce? Normally, automobiles. You are not going to buy automobiles through the e-commerce website. It is unpopular. 11 of you are correct. Others saying other answers. Which is the following is not a feature? That feature we learned 5 different features we learned during the discussion. That directly we say the number 1 feature is main feature non-cash payment. One student here, he says non-cash as a not feature. Why? That I can identify who is the student also here. But I am not giving the name of that student. However, remember that's the main point, non-cash payment. Then 24 into 7, the second point. 7 of you are marked as 24 into 7. TV advertising is the correct answer. Normally, e-commerce products. Normally, we are not use TV to advertising. Warehousing also available with the e-commerce website. Otherwise, how can they keep their product? There are some other websites. Some websites, their task is only giving facilities to meet buyers and sellers. Like eBay. eBay is the main e-commerce platform engage with giving facilities to make buyers and sellers. They have no own products, eBay. But other e-commerce websites like Amazon, they have their own brand products. Therefore, they should want warehouse facilities. Okay, we'll move to the next question. Advantage of e-commerce. Here, the answer should be a speed transaction. Yeah, the question should be not the advantage of e-commerce. This here the problem with question, right? Sorry for that. Problem here, the question. It should be not the advantage. Then security issue is the correct answer. Question number 10, which one is appear in the e-commerce but not in the traditional? Which one is appear in the e-commerce, not in the traditional market? And this one also a problem with question. Face-to-face gathering normally appear in the traditional market. The question should be changed. Which one is appear in the traditional market but not in the e-commerce? Right? Problem with the question here also. And then from next question, I think they are asking true or false statements. Question number 11. Infrastructure supporting e-commerce include computers, satellite, wire cables. All are the facilities you should have if you are doing the e-commerce business. That is true. Each computer has its own internet search engine. That is false. Think about your computer. Your personal computer have a separate search engine? No. Right. That is false. Only 11 of you are giving the correct answer. Here, most of you are having the separate search engine, their personal computer. 17 and 6, 13, 23 of you are. Your computer having a separate search engine. That's the meaning. Search engine is internet based. It is not personal based, right? Therefore, in your personal computers, you can't have any search engine separately. Electronic fund transfer are less secure and more expensive for a merchant than paper check payment. Answer false. E-business is only conducted by corporation and not by government. Government also engage with e-business. Statement is false. Here again, 13 of you are giving true. Statement is true. Let's think about the Sri Lankan government. Then think about banking. Government banks, they are provide the do transaction through the internet. That is e-commerce. Government or not-profit organization also engage with e-commerce facilities. Electronic commerce continue to grow rapidly and transform the way companies do business. True. Then M-commerce. M stand for mobile. Mobile commerce sales represent the majority of total e-commerce sales. Not mobile commerce are not the entity to represent majority of e-commerce sites sales. Most of people using e-commerce. That means they are laptop or tablet to do the e-commerce transaction. False. 24/7 is not a feature of e-commerce. It's a feature. 3 of you are saying not a feature. eBay provide only digital products to customers. That's false. eBay provide other types of products also, not only digital. Then because English is dominant on the internet, most current websites do not need to translate it into another statement. Yes, that is true. Then e-commerce is the fastest growing form of commerce in the world. That is true. That is okay. Right. Okay. That's about our activity. Then the participant is 33. That means very low number of participants here doing this activity here. Okay, then we'll move to the lesson. We should go on to do another activity before ending the class today. Before that, I want to introduce some other things about the e-commerce. Here, at last, we discussed about disadvantages of e-commerce. Then next, you want to identify the elements of e-commerce. In the e-commerce elements, you can identify it as these other things. Here you have 8 different elements. These are the important things, and you must have these elements to success the e-commerce transaction. Look at the elements here. The first one, online store. Online store means e-commerce website. You must have an e-commerce website or online store if you want to carry out the e-commerce transactions. That's the first thing. Once you have a e-commerce website, then you need to method of marketing. E-commerce that is known as e-commerce marketing. That means your product you want to demand among the customers. They are using various kinds of things to improve their demand. That is called e-commerce marketing. Then need payment gateways. Then here you want to think about how complete the transaction. Then there are many types of payment gateways. You want to compare with each other. Those things we learn under payment gateways. Then need e-commerce security. Right? That earlier under disadvantages, we discussed about unauthorized access. Then you want to prevent this unauthorized access. Then you want to set proper securities. We discussed what are the available types of securities under e-commerce security. Then product acquisition. How you are going to get the product, ordered product. The things we are going to discuss under product acquisition. Then supply chain management, warehousing, and customer care assistant. These are the main elements you should have in a e-commerce website. Right. First, write down these elements on your books. Right here, I think you finish writing the elements here. Online store, e-commerce marketing, payment gateways, e-commerce security, product acquisition, supply chain management, warehousing, and customer care assistance. These are the main elements you should have in a e-commerce website. Right. Then we'll see one by one. First one, then again write down as a subtopic online store, or within bracket you can say e-commerce website. Online store. In other words, we can say e-commerce website. This is the main thing. If you are not having an e-commerce website, that means you can't engage with the e-commerce transaction. You must have an e-commerce website. If you are expecting to launch an e-commerce website, the first thing is you want to create it. If you don't know how to create the e-commerce website, then you want to contact with the person who are engaging with e-commerce website. That's the first thing. Right. Then here the thing is you want to identify the features. What are the things available? Content of this e-commerce website. Right. Your e-commerce website should be more attractive. Normally we are joined with website as a visitors. Your e-commerce website should be able to convert these normal visitors into buyers. Right. Once you visit your website, that particular visitor should attractive with buying something from you. That's the meaning here. Your website or your e-commerce website should be more attractive. Right. Here the place here, this is the website, is the place where meet, engage, and exchange transaction with each other. That's the point you want to remember under e-commerce website. Here to do the transaction online, you must have e-commerce website. This e-commerce website should be attractive. It should be able to convert normal visitors into buyers. Then e-commerce website is a place where meeting your customers, engage with transaction, exchange information. All of the events need under e-commerce you are doing through the e-commerce website. Right here, look at the figures here. There are some examples e-commerce website you can see here. It should be attractive. Then all the events should happen through this website. Your website should be compatible with each devices. Right? These facilities should have with your e-commerce website. This is one example. Footwear company, they are publish this e-commerce website. Then another event here, type of dressing they are provided, they are selling. Compatible should be with mobile and tablets also, right? In that way you want to identify the e-commerce features of e-commerce website here. Right, now write down the paragraph here on your books. Write down it. Right here, I think you finish writing the paragraph here. Here, explain about the e-commerce website. That's the first element when you are doing the transaction through the internet. You must have an e-commerce website. That's the core of an online enterprise. That means without having e-commerce website, you can't do any transaction through the internet. Right, then we'll see some features with online e-commerce website should have. In this diagram, explain some features should have with your online e-commerce website. Here, start from the top. Here says first one, user-friendly purchasing process. Once you looking at the website, once you access to the website, it should be user-friendly. Right? It is very easily you want to find the product and services. Easy method of payment. In that way, it should be user-friendly website. That's the first feature. Then easy navigation and consistent flow. Easily you have to go previous and previous menus, then next menus. In that way, easy navigation. You should have easy navigation. Then third, highlighting the deals. Normally when doing the business organization, they are giving deals, they are giving discount for normal products. Your email, your e-commerce website should highlight what are the products should have deals. Then customers easily can identify these products, and it may cause to more sales. Then next option says option for customer care. Then customers identify the customers and should cater according to their requirement. There are should facilities with your e-commerce website. That says option for customer care. Then content should be easily, you want to access with the content of the website. Then hassle-free login. E-commerce website, normally to transact with the e-commerce website, you should want to create your own accounts. This creating account, this process should be easy, not hassles, not difficult. That's why it says hassle-free login. If you have only the username and password, you can transact with the e-commerce websites. Then responsive design. Also, it should be interactive. Design, customers should be ask any question regarding the products. There are some facilities should have like chat or email feedback. Those facilities should have with your e-commerce website. Then only customers can interact with the service e-commerce merchants. Right. If they have some problem regarding the product, that immediately contact the sellers and ask about that problem. Those facilities normally you can find through the e-commerce website as a chat or as a feedback option or email. Even sometimes they are giving telephone numbers. Through making the calls also, you can get connected with your sellers. Right. Then write down the features that should have with your e-commerce website. Right. Write down the features here. Right here, you can see some common features should have with your e-commerce website. Right, then we'll see some examples regarding the e-commerce website. One of the popular e-commerce website is online store is eBay. eBay is normally engaged. eBay actually is a place where they are provide facilities to meet buyers and sellers. Normally, they have no their own products. Their task is only identify sellers and buyers and provide facilities to meet together. Then they have products, new or branded products, and also they are selling old fashion product, and also they are providing auctions. Those types of facilities available with eBay site. Here they are saying some key features. If you are using the eBay website, you must register with the site. That's no need to pay money for that. Given the freely you can register with the eBay website. Then reliability of sellers and reading feedbacks of previous customers, reviews. Normally eBay provide reviews. Through the reviews you can test you can get the ideas of previous customers of the eBay. Then they are saying eBay gives you choice when purchasing buy it now. That's one facility that immediately after you payment you can buy the product. That facility available with eBay, and also there are sales the product through the bid. That means auctions, online auctions, right? Normally eBay is very common to providing this type of auctions. Through the auctions also you can buy product. That I will show how to do this, what are the places available in auctions. Those types of things I will show with the eBay website. Right. The first thing you want to complete this note here. Write down the note here. Right here, I think you finish writing the things on your books. This example discuss about the eBay. eBay is the one of the popular, most popular website that provide facilities to meet buyers and sellers. Remember, eBay has not their own products. Only the functions of the eBays provide facilities to meet buyers and sellers. To do the transaction with eBay, you need a registration process. It is free. Then discuss about the facilities. There are many facilities here. Mainly, it gives reviews. That mean ideas or experience of previous buyers. Then buy it now facilities available, and also auction or bid facilities is there. Right now, we'll go through the eBay website, then try to identify some of the features available there. Right. Then if you want to do transaction with eBay, go to the ebay.com website. In the address bar, you can type ebay.com, or you can straight search from the search bar like eBay. Then you will get different types of links here. Select the very first one, ebay.com. This is the website you want to select. Click on here. Right. Once you click on here, then you will find a screen like that. This one is already created one. The account is already created here. If you are not created the account, the first thing is you want to create account. Registration is very easy. It is no any payment for registration purpose. Once you registered with the eBay, then you will find a username and password. Once you have in your username and password, once you go to this website, then there is a left top corner, there is option called sign in. Right. Once you have in your username and password, you want to click on here, sign in. Once you click sign in, then they are asking your username and password. Then you will log into your screen. Right. Once you log into your account, then your screen look like that. Here your country is available here. Then there are some options under my eBay. That's option. Under my eBay, you can find your transaction summary, the recent viewed products, then bids so offered. If you are involved, then all the information you can here. Then watch list, purchase history also there. Your personal transaction detail, all the details of your personal transaction you can find under my eBay menu here. Right. Here you can see a small icon that's called cart, shopping cart icon here. Once you selected item to buy or purchase, then you will see the things in this cart here. Here the categories of eBay you can find under this menu. Product categories under electronics, fashion, health and beauty, home, garden, sports. In that way, you can find different of categories. You can select these categories, and then you can search for your particular product to purchase. Suppose, for example, you want to purchase a smartphone. Right. The one thing is you can search it here by under search bar. You can type the product which you want to search. For example, smartphone, then just type on here and click search button there. Right. Or otherwise, you can choose the categories under electronic. Here says most popular categories under electronic, cell phone and accessory. The smartphone is available under cell phones. Therefore, you can click on here. Once you click there, then you can find all the necessary things under cell phones. Right. Then if you are supposed to buy a cell phone or smartphone, then select this one, cell phone and smartphone. This is the category you want to search. If you are purchasing the cases or covers for smartphones, then this is the category you want to search. Then chargers or batteries, then screen protectors. Under cell phones, again you can find the subcategories necessary with cell phones. Right, then you are going to purchase a cell phone, therefore you can select this one here. Right. Once you click smartphone, then again here says which category, that means which product you want to you are searching. Apple product or Samsung, LG, HTC, Huawei. In that way they are giving the brand names, Motorola, Google, OnePlus. Right? Then you want to choose the particular brand name you are searching. Suppose you are going to purchase Apple smartphone, Apple category, then select on here. Then it will provide all the details available with Apple cell phone and smartphones. Here, these are the categories you can see. Suppose you are going to purchase in this one, Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max. This one is you are interested. Now you can click here. Click on the interesting one. Then under that, again, you can find these types of phones here. Right. Suppose you are going to buy this one. Right. Before that, again, there are some filters here. Right. Look at the filters, and again that before that all listing options and buy it now. If you want to buy just now a product, then you can select this one, buy it now. If you are supposed to buy from auction, then click on here. Suppose you are going to buy it now, this option, therefore click on here. Then it will show all the product available with buy it now. Then again, there are some other filters here giving the result number 1260 products available under your category. Then further you can analyze it. Suppose you want to check some prices under 1500. You are finding the product under 1500, then you can select this option here. Then it will say only the product under 1500. Now say the result 1180. And in that way, these filters you can use to get your exact product. Right. Suppose your product is very similar to this one, therefore select on here, click on here. Right. Here, once you select your required option, then they are giving some details like that. Check it here, some different views available. By clicking here side menu, you can get some views of your selected product. The price is also available here. If you are then you want to get some further details about the technical details, brand name, like that, all the details available here. But in this case, reviews are not available with this product. Reviews are not available. Normally reviews you can find bottom of your page. No review mean you can shift to another product. If you are buying a product, make sure that reviews are there. No reviews mean that product is not much popular among the customer. Right? Therefore, you can change into another product. Right? In that way, suppose you want to buy a smart watch, then the second way you can search a smartwatch like that. Type the required product name and click on the search button here. Then it will list out the smart products available. According to your budget, you can select the one. Suppose you can spend $10, then you can go to this product here. Right. Then select on the product. Right. Then you can view in this form here. When you are buying the product from eBay, please check on this option shipping. It says here free. Right. Especially for the Sri Lanka, check this option. Shipping is free. That means no added cost to make when you are buying this one. But some other products, the shipping costs are there. In that case, you mean you want to pay more additional extra money for that. Right. Here they are giving the option. You can view your product by enlarging it. Then different colors also. Here the condition is new. That means brand new one here. Then color, under color you can select black, blue. If you want to green one, then click green. Then it will show green color smartwatch. Then already 37 is sold. That information also very important. 37 people are already purchased it. That means the product is somewhat popular. Only 2 is available. Then you can order the number of quantity also from here. Then payment methods also available. You can use your Visa card, PayPal, or any other credit card to purchase this product. If you are, suppose you are going to buy this one, then click on here, buy it now. If you are supposed to purchase it in later, then add to cart. Right? Then you can go to eBay website later and you can complete the transaction later. If you want to get more information about this product, then okay, that accidentally I click on the buy it now option. Once you click on the buy it now option, here giving some this kind of screen here. If you want to complete the transaction, you want to check, go to checkout. Go to checkout. Here giving some shipping cost here, but previously it says no free shipping cost, but in this case, finally they are giving shipping cost. These things happening normally under e-commerce transaction. Therefore, make sure by looking at this screen, additional cost is there or not. Right. I think you get an idea about how to use eBay here. Then through the eBay website, I think you identify some features that earlier during the discussion, we discussed some of the features, easy navigation, shopping cart, then content, all of features available with this eBay website. Right. Okay, then we'll move to our discussion. Right. Like eBay, another popular website, normally this is called Amazon. Example 2 here, I want to discuss with you, Amazon.com. Amazon is very popular regarding the book selling that earlier times, but now they are engaged with other products also. The main difference between the eBay and the Amazon is Amazon provide their own product. Not only normally they are not engaged with all products. eBay are the platform they are engaged with new products, old products, and the other types of products. But normally Amazon doing only branded products. Right here they are giving the explanation. Online shopping website where you can buy wide range of new and also they have second-hand item and from books and music to computer and cars. There are key features. Under key features, the registration process also there. It's also free. Your saved item you can separately list out separate place called wish list. You can download electronic books or music onto your Kindle or smartphone. In that way, there are many features available with Amazon.com also. Then here the website Amazon.com that later you can go by typing in the search bar Amazon.com, go to the website and see the features available what we learned earlier. Right, then look at the comparison chart here. First, write down this one also on your book. Complete the note here. Second, example number 2, Amazon.com. Write down this one also on your books. Right here, I think you finish right in the note here. Now we'll move to the comparison between these two. Yes, if you have any problem, you can ask. Is there any problem? Right, okay, here the comparison table between Amazon and eBay. You can compare this two platform using these parameters. Leftmost column giving the parameters, then second column for Amazon and the third one for eBay. If you consider the nature of platform, it says it is a type of online retail shop. Under eBay, it is a type of online bidding house. That means auctions. Most popular thing is under eBay is giving auctions. Amazon is normal online retail shop. That's the platform. Then if regarding the price strategy, normally Amazon products are fixed price. eBay, it's depend on the bidding. Okay. Then cost of products, normally Amazon products are generally high, but eBay, you can find the same category in low price. Low cost available products are used ones. Then replacement of products available under Amazon but not available under eBay. Customer richness higher, relatively lower than the Amazon. Available products under Amazon brand new. eBay, the brand new products are available but most popular for old stuff. Those are the some main differences between these two. Note down these differences also on your books. Right here, I think you finish, take down the table here. Here, giving the comparison between this most popular two platforms, e-commerce platform. Right, okay, then next thing is I want to do another activity. However, because of some of you are saying you have a presentation in the next lecture. Therefore, I decided to give in some time for that to preparation to get ready to that presentation. Therefore, I am stopped this lecture 15 minutes earlier. Next week, we'll discuss, we are going to start from the activity. Then we'll continue the rest of the thing. Right, okay. Then thank you very much for the participation.